because they told us that when the Ayatollah was assassinated, everything turns into OnlyFans Tehran, OnlyFans McDonald's, Rothschild Tehran, Four Seasons Tehran, right? This is what they told us. Instead, every single 15 minutes, probably less than that, probably every 10 minutes, we see nonstop attacks on U.S. military bases in Bahrain and the UAE and Saudi Arabia. 4 ballistic missiles at the USS Abraham Lincoln today. 3 cargo vessels struck as they tried to cross the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, was martyred this morning. He lived a full life, and he died doing exactly what he loved the most, which is spending time with his family and defending the children of the free world, defending the children of Gaza, Lebanon, Iran, Syria, Yemen, so on and so forth. And the United States, this is how stupid Trump is. He doesn't understand anything about what's happening right now. I truly believe this is his frustration with Iran, is that he is not a man of God. He's not connected to his soul or any level of spirituality. And he can't wrap his mind around the simple fact that there are people in this world who value their sovereignty, their freedom, and their honor more than a US dollar. And that is the people of Iran. That's the people of Yemen, Lebanon, and all of the other great freedom fighting people that I've mentioned and those who I haven't. Donald Trump doesn't understand that in many ways, the assassination of Ayatollah Khamenei is akin to assassinating the Pope for Catholics, or assassinating the Russian Orthodox Patriarch Kirill for Russians. But it's even more than that, because not only is Khamenei a spiritual leader, he is also a political actor, and he is a man who safeguarded the sovereignty of the civilization of Iran and Shia civilization across the globe. So this is actually much different than even some of the names that I've listed, however horrific they would be if they were in fact attacked and assassinated. But he doesn't understand what he just did, because for the past several weeks we have been told, in fact, months and years we've been told, that what would happen if Ayatollah Khamenei was assassinated, if the Ayatollah Khamenei alone, but if also the entire leadership of Iran were assassinated along with him, what we've been told would happen is within minutes, if not hours, the Iranian people would take to the streets and overthrow their corrupt government because the Iranian people hate the government. But actually, no. Turns out they were wrong once more. And they weren't wrong because of some ingenuity of Iranian governance. And I mean, of course they do. They have this 12-tier system that safeguards from any one official being taken out and causing the collapse of the system. They do have this in Iran. They have a very complex system that safeguards their sovereignty. That is true. But the simple fact of the matter is that the Iranian people, they don't view this as Operation Epic Fury. They view this as Operation Epstein's Ghost, the rage of Epstein, Epstein's fury. That is how they see it. That's how I see it. In the opening minutes of this onslaught, we saw the murder of 160 plus schoolgirls, 7 to 10 years old. Nothing like this has ever happened in history. This is by far and away the single largest attack on a group of girls in modern history. Innocent little girls, first, second, third graders. Instead of what the United States said, where Khamenei is killed and Iranian leadership is killed and the government is overthrown, whatever, and then there's going to be OnlyFans and prostitution and they're going to be like Uber delivering dildos across the, I don't even know what they want in Iran. Like, they want to turn it into Little St. James Island 2.0. That's what they really want. Whatever they thought was going to happen has failed immensely. It failed in the opening seconds of this conflict. The moment that they decided to assassinate Ayatollah Khamenei during Ramadan, during the holy month of Ramadan, inspiring a religious zeal amongst the not just Iranian people, but Shia people and many Sunnis all across the world. They opened a Pandora's box that they frankly, they didn't know what was inside of. They couldn't have even imagined what was inside of. Maybe they could have imagined it if they had listened to any of us, the overwhelming majority of the American public that said, do not do this. The overwhelming majority of the American public that is now in opposition to these strikes. 23% of the American public only support these strikes. Only 23%. You remember at the start of the Iraq war when it was like 99.99% of everyone was like, yes. Well, I was like a baby then. I don't remember it, but I mean, I've read the stories, I've read the reports and whatnot. As I understand, everyone was gung-ho at the time. This is a much bigger operation. We don't have any troops there. I mean, we have troops there, of course, but not like a sizable troop level for a ground invasion. No. Of course not. And only 23% of the American public are currently in support of what's happening. And that poll was done, by the way, before the U.S. came out and admitted today that there were 3 deaths of U.S. soldiers and 5 casualties. And oh, by the way, that number's a lie. It's way more than that. I told you yesterday, Anna Paulina Luna was tweeting out some bullshit. Well, at least that there's no U.S. troop. At least the troops are safe. I said, no, you're lying. You're lying. Because everyone hates this. No one wants this. We want to fix our cities. We want to fix our country. We want to free our country. We want to free America. And what do you give us? A war for Israel. These kids are dying for Israel. These kids, that 18, 19 years old, you got stationed in Bahrain, U.S. Navy 5th Fleet Command, dying literally for Epstein, dying for Labubu, dying for Dubai chocolate. That they're dying for the Burj Khalifa. That's literally what's happening right now. That is literally what's happening right now. It's the most ridiculous thing you could ever imagine in your entire life. Instead of what the U.S. thought was going to happen, what happened? You have witnessed non-stop. I want to put this in perspective. Ayatollah Khamenei, he died around 9 a.m. Tehran time yesterday. Have you gone 15 minutes of the past 2 days? Have you gone 15 minutes without seeing a report of an Iranian Shahed 139 or an Iranian ballistic missile or a Fatah 1 or a Sejal or a hypersonic or a short-range ballistic missile lighting up a U.S. base in Bahrain or hitting a U.S. base in Dubai or Abu Dhabi? Have you gone 15 minutes without seeing an Iranian attack on the targets that carried out the crimes which started this conflict? Have you gone 15 minutes? I will ask you that question. Let me know. Because they told us that when the Ayatollah was assassinated, everything turns into OnlyFans Tehran. OnlyFans McDonald's, Rothschild Tehran. Four Seasons Tehran, right? This is what they told us. Instead, every single 15 minutes, probably less than that, probably every 10 minutes, we see nonstop attacks on U.S. military bases in Bahrain and the UAE and Saudi Arabia. There's even air raid sirens going off in Muscat and Oman. I don't know what's going on there. Very interesting. There was 2 strikes on Cyprus today, unsuccessful, intercepted, but there's thousands of UK troops there. Also thousands of Israeli troops in Cyprus. That's going to be their next big base. They're going to take over Cyprus. Go figure. On Jordan, the Mukafak Air Base in Jordan, which the U.S. said, oh, they won't hit in Jordan. It's way too far away. 4 ballistic missiles at the USS Abraham Lincoln today. 3 cargo vessels struck as they tried to cross the Strait of Hormuz. What else am I missing? They've created a no-fly zone effectively. They've shut down the airspaces of basically every single country in the region. The Israelis are saying, well, we got air superiority over Iran. Iran doesn't have they got like fighter jets from the 70s. Like, what do you expect? Like, they don't really, they don't have much. Like, you got air superiority over Israel? Wow. Congratulations. Iran, in about 5 hours, shut down the airspace of every single country in the region, yours included, by the way. Ben Gurion is shut down. Every single airspace shut down. Millions of people in the streets all across the country in Iran. Millions of people. I think I saw one video which alleged to have shown like some young Iranians like dancing in the streets the night it was announced last night that Ayatollah Khamenei was martyred. I think I saw like one video alleging, I don't even know if it was real, but one video alleging, usually they put out the fake videos, they cycle through all the fake videos. I saw one video alleging that like there was a small group of people celebrating. Otherwise, and I'll show them to you here, millions of people in Iraq, millions of people in India, in occupied India, millions of people in Pakistan, millions of people in Iran, millions of people in Lebanon, millions of people all across the world that are saying, no Epstein regime, Tehran. You are criminals. You worship Baal. You do your occult practices. You go to Bohemian Grove. You do all this weird shit. We don't want any of that. Keep that to yourself. We don't want any of that. Literally backfired in the most incredible way you could ever imagine. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. If Donald Trump is serious that Saudi Arabia is going to get involved tomorrow, just wait. Just wait. Yemen, Ansar Allah in Yemen, they're going to be like, they're going to be so happy. Yemen is going to be so happy because the last time that Yemen was launching airstrikes at Saudi oil and gas fields, they hit one single field and oil prices spiked by 5% across the globe with one single strike. That was when Yemen had like virtually no capabilities, no missile capabilities. Nowadays, Yemen can hit Israel. They can hit the U.S. aircraft carriers that are stationed off their coasts. They can hit fighter jets flying above their skies. Saudi Arabia, that's like a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park. Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.